I want to talk about being complacent with beekeeping, taking shortcuts, trying to cut the corners, learning real quick you can't do that. That's kind of an obvious thing, but for example, I'm sitting here getting rid of, oh, there had to have been 12, I don't even know, 60 to 100 frames maybe, ballpark. Maybe not that many. Let's see, that'd have been about $10. No, I lost about 60 frames, but regardless, 60 frames of pretty good drawn out comb. Bees worked hard on that. People might not agree with the burning, that's fine. These frames, I saved some of the good ones. I'm glad that it happened to this batch of frames and not my other batch of frames. Everything else is good. I didn't have quite as much loss as I thought. I mean, you saw in the garbage can there was quite a few. Maybe there wasn't even 60, I don't know. It seems like a lot because it just seems like a lot. I didn't count because I don't want to know a number, but I lost a fair amount of frames and drawn out comb. My point is, I make mistakes. I made a mistake. I shouldn't have been so lazy to not get to it. I remember watching Ian Stepler's video and he went and bought a couple hundred packages just to put into his comb to protect his comb. Like, he probably spent 30 grand to protect his comb. And I remember thinking, man, that's such a valuable thing if he's willing to invest that much money into his comb. And then I turn around and don't want to cover it back up because I got too lazy or I just didn't want to do it. Like, lesson learned. Got to take the time. You got to protect your comb. That's kind of what bothers me, is I did go to a pretty good extent to cover it, but it's when I started taking some supers off this spring, I'd take them off and it would open the top up and I just was kind of like, I'll get back to it. Well, I never got back to it and this is the result. So going forward, I will, if there's exposed comb, I will make sure I cover it. I will, again, a lot of these frames were pretty crappy frames. They were falling apart. So I'm trying to find the good here and I'm trying to be optimistic because I just got rid of I have a whole bunch of plastic, brand new acorn frames that are the triple waxed, that they draw out really good. I can put them in next year and use those. So this is kind of I don't know, you're getting rid of kind of the bad and replacing it with some good. I did save some frames and I saved some more in there because these frames were pretty decent. I can drop some new foundation in them. And anyways, take protecting your comb seriously. Don't just half-ass it. Protect it. Do what you got to do. Buy the crystals, the moth crystals. Cover them. Put them in a freezer if you're a hobbyist and you got just a little bit of them. But do whatever you can to protect that comb and keep that comb safe. That's what I just learned today. It's August 16th, and I knew to protect my comb. I knew better. But I got complacent, I got lazy, and now here's my result. So don't do what I did. Protect your comb. Protect the comb at all costs. Just gonna take a stack of them. I kind of want to look through real quick, see if there is any wax moth damage. There's a couple wax moths right here. Dirty little buggers. Doesn't look like there's much damage in there. There's one floating around. I hope they haven't laid all their little larvae in there. I'm going to fill these boxes so they're boxes of 10. Just because I got some floating around that I need. Just consolidating. When I put them on as supers, I like to just put 9 on, but I'm really kind of worried about this stack and what it's gonna, especially now that I've seen this over here. There's a pretty good section of wax moth right there, it looks like. So I'm gonna just cut this open. Yeah, there's wax moth in here. Crap. That's not good. Let's see if there's not much damage on that. Maybe they're in between. Let me get my camera here and show you. Hopefully they've just stayed on the outside, but that's wax moth right there. And it looks like these frames might be screwed. Oh no. I thought I had these sealed up better. Oh, shit. Oh no. Not good. Not good. Stupid wax. That one probably be saved. Oh man. That's not good at all. Shit. That frame's just trash. Well, maybe my technique is not as good as I thought, or I gotta seal them up better, but look at that. Oh, that makes me sick. Okay, well, lesson learned. Do what you gotta do and we'll recover and move on. Dang it, dang it, dang it, dang it. Been hit hard by wax moth. I shouldn't have left that top open. Well, live some you learn, or you learn every day. Here's my dilemma now. Wax moth. Gotta, hopefully they haven't got clear down into here. This one doesn't look like it's got any in it. I can't tell. But I gotta tear these apart and see. That one's got a few at the top, but I don't see. Yeah, I don't know. Gonna have to go through and look. Bummer. The edges, the bees can clean that frame up for sure. That side's a little questionable. This side's just, oh man, not good, not good. Not good at all. Yeah, some of these I don't even know if I'm gonna save. Stupid wax moth. I really thought I had it sealed up good enough, but what little bit of time was exposed, I didn't think it would cause a problem, but I was clearly wrong. Some of these didn't have a lot of wax on them to begin with. They weren't completely drawn out frames, but still, it was some. See, some of these can still be. I don't know, that one's all. I got a bunch of frames to replace. These, I mean, that frame's still fine. That one's fine. A couple on there, but not anything serious. This side's still good. That's all good wax right there. But like this one, that thing's done. Probably pop the... No, in fact, I want to go to plastic frames anyways. This is my time to kind of cull out what I don't need. Oh my goodness, that's just terrible. I'm too late to the game. I knew I should have got to these sooner, but it was just one of those things that I just kept saying, I'll get to it, I'll get to it. Never got to it, and they beat me to it. What a mess. What a mess. I gotta go find a hive tool. Scrape some of this off. I'm pretty bummed right now, not gonna lie. So the damage is, it's bad, but it's not, I don't know. It's pretty bad. I am very disappointed in myself right now. I knew wax moth. I know wax moth is a problem. This is the first this big of an infestation I've had. Last couple of years I haven't had an issue. And I did it how I did it. I wrapped them up good and put this pair of moth stuff. But man, they're just eating my, I mean, they're all over the boxes. I don't know if you can see that down in there, that wax moth damage there, and just, man, and I'm only in the first stack here. I'm hoping these other ones are sealed up a little better and maybe won't be as bad, but I'm kind of wondering if I can burn some of this. Kind of use that to clean it up and get rid of some of these little nests, wax moth nests. Oh, rookie mistake, Bracken. Rookie mistake. Just look at that. Yeah, that's pretty bad. Oh, man. Okay, so I put a piece of paper every box and put more of those wax moth crystals. The bottom's done up a little bit better, tighter than it was. And I'm going to wrap the crap out of this thing. And hopefully that will help. I got some mothballs on the top there. I'm gonna try to get them to put a good top layer on this, because I think that's where they were getting in, and the bottom. But man, I'll show you the damage here in a little while, but I had quite the wax moth. Yeah, it was, I lost a lot of comb, and I'm not too happy right now. Super irritated. But again, this is the raw footage. This is what you get. I made a mistake. Well, that's the thing, is I didn't really feel like I made a mistake. No, I did. I'll just own it. I should have had them wrapped better. I should have got to them sooner, because I told myself, oh, I'll get to them. I'll get to them. And this stuff's pissing me off. Anyways, I'm gonna try to get this and get it all sealed up real good. Get this top well blocked and go from there. Then I'm gonna show you my damage. You helping? Actually, that might be a better way. Look out! That's not a bee, it was a moth. That was on YouTube. You just got caught being scared of a moth. That's going on YouTube. Nash is scared of moths.
Well, I thought it was a bee for a sec.
Are you scared of bees?
No.
Here, hold that right there. Stella, leave them there. Look out! Okay. Oh crap, go grab all those ones that I put over there. We'll wrap them up too. Are you helping? Yeah. Yeah? You're a big help. Say hi. Say hi.
Hi.
Say, I'm helping Dad.
Hi, Dad.
Yeah. With the bees, huh? Go help Nash. Go get those other ones. Go over there and help Nash bring some over here. Too much stuff in here. You gotta go this way. I'm talking to Stella. Hurry, go get the other one. She don't know where it's at. Go get, look, Nash has got one for you. Kids, pretty good help.
Go get that to Daddy.
Put it on the pallet so we can wrap it up. Yep, right there.
Oh, yeah.
Good job. Now where'd my wrap go? Here's a box that I'm scared to get into. Look at this. I even had it wrapped up. What a mess. Yeah, pretty sick wax moth infestation. These are ruined. Saving, I mean, there's a couple that are okay, but most part they're getting burned. Just not worth it. Wax is just, some of them are eating all the way through. This guy, it's just, I mean, what a, makes me sick. So I just talked to a commercial beekeeper that's in my local area, and I asked him what he does for wax moth prevention, and what he told me I think is some pretty sound advice. He says, first off, wax moths don't like airflow. So if there's you know, if the air can flow through it, you're less likely to get wax moth. Well, he says if you take a super and you wrap it up in a, he said, garbage bag or something and cut off all the airflow, he says you make an awesome breeding ground for wax moth. Well, that's exactly what this is. This is saran wrap cutting off every bit of airflow inside this. So there is no airflow going through this. He told me to stack my boxes and alternate them every other one. He said airflow is good. I'm going to turn this fan on. It can run, blow airflow through it, keep air going through it. He also said, I have one of these on the farm. He says if you put a bug zapper, you know, next to your supers, when the wax moths are flying at night, especially if they're in a concealed area like this, I'm just going to turn this on. He says they love that light, and he says they'll go to the zapper and it'll help eliminate a lot of wax moth. So he said they don't like light. They don't like light, and they like no airflow. So I have them in this garage with no windows and wrapped up perfectly. So this is a perfect spot for wax moth. Now, I hadn't had a problem with this the last 2 years, but this year I have. And I mean, it only takes 1 year to learn your lesson, and maybe they just happen to find it, but it makes sense to me. It makes sense that the moths don't like airflow. It makes sense that they don't like the light. They like dark. You know, you always see moths more at night, and they are attracted to light, so I put a bug zapper. So hopefully I can get this wax moth stuff under control. That's the plan. So I redid it. I'm going to try this method. I got some airflow. I still got my moth, or these crystal ball things. And there's a layer of them on each box. I unwrapped everything. I got this plugged in. Hopefully that will attract some of the bugs, the moths. And then I'm going to turn this big fan on, and that will hopefully be enough airflow. These fans put out quite a bit there, so hopefully that'll be enough to kind of keep those moths out of there. We'll try that. Hey, don't turn my fan off.